Welcome to the Fearful Fright series, where we will be reading with our favorite green ghoul, Grimmer. Now sit back and enjoy this twisted tale. Today our story is called Briarroot Kitchen. The restaurant didn't have a sign. People only found Briarroot Kitchen by word of mouth, by a friend leaning in too close and whispering, "You have to eat there, just once." It sat at the edge of town where the road thinned and the trees pressed close, an old converted farmhouse with warm yellow light glowing through the windows no matter the hour. Inside, it smelled incredible. Roasted herbs, fresh bread, something sweet and earthy beneath it all. That smell was why people stayed. And why they never left. Lena Morales needed a job fast. She'd just turned 19, her car was barely holding together, and her mom's medical bills were stacking up like unopened warnings. When she saw the handwritten notice taped crookedly to a bus stop bench, "Help wanted. Kitchen staff. Meals included. Housing possible," she tore it down without thinking. The address led her to Briarroot. A woman answered the door before Lena could knock. She was tall and thin, dressed in dark green with silver thread embroidery curling along the sleeves like vines. Her hair was long, iron gray, braided down her back. Her eyes, those were the strange part. They were warm, too warm, like she already knew Lena. "You're early," the woman said, smiling. I'm here about the job." "Of course you are. I'm Myralda, owner, cook, caretaker." She stepped aside. "Come in, you must be hungry." Lena hadn't realized how hungry she was until that moment. The staff was small. There was Jonah, a quiet dishwasher with scarred hands and eyes that never quite met yours. Ruth, a server in her 30s who spoke in rehearsed cheerfulness. Eli, a line cook who hummed constantly under his breath, always the same tuneless melody. And Maribel, the baker. Maribel smiled too wide and too often, flour permanently dusting her cheeks. "First day?" she asked. "Yeah." Maribel leaned closer. "Eat everything you're given. Don't ask what's in it. And don't miss a shift." "Why?" Maribel's smile twitched. "Because she notices." Before Lena could ask who she was, Myralda clapped her hands sharply. "Places, my dears. Dinner hour." The food was unreal. Customers groaned softly as they ate. Some cried. One man laughed until tears streamed down his face, whispering, "This tastes like my grandmother's kitchen," over and over. Lena served plates and felt something tug in her chest every time she breathed in the steam rising from the dishes. Comfort, memory, longing. After her shift, Myralda insisted she eat. "Staff must be nourished," she said, placing a bowl of stew in front of Lena. It tasted like home, like safety, like being held. That night, Lena slept in the small room Myralda offered upstairs. She dreamed of roots winding gently around her ankles, keeping her from falling. Weeks passed. Lena stopped calling her mom. Not because she didn't care, but because the outside world felt thin. Distant. Unreal. The staff never talked about leaving. When Lena asked Jonah how long he'd worked there, he frowned, genuinely confused. "I think, a while." Ruth once tried to leave early for a dentist appointment. Myralda watched her go, smiling politely. Ruth never came back. No one mentioned it. That night, Lena found Ruth's apron folded neatly in the supply room. Still warm. The basement wasn't on the tour. Lena found it by accident, a narrow door behind stacked crates. The smell hit her first, damp earth, herbs, something iron-rich and old. The stairs creaked as she descended. Roots threaded through the stone walls like veins. Shelves lined the room, filled with jars labeled in Myralda's precise handwriting. Joy, regret, homesickness, guilt, love. At the center of the basement was a wide wooden table. Something moved beneath it. Lena backed away. Meddling is dangerous, Myralda said calmly from behind her. Lena spun. Myralda's eyes were no longer warm. They were deep, endless, green as rotten growth. You were never meant to see this yet, Myralda continued. But curiosity is such a useful ingredient. What is this place? Lena whispered. Myralda smiled. A pantry. That night, Jonah finally spoke. She feeds on us, he said, voice hollow. On what we give up. Every shift, every meal, every memory we trade for comfort. Why don't you leave? Jonah laughed, a dry, broken sound. Leave what? I don't remember my last name. Lena didn't sleep. She packed her bag before dawn. The road wouldn't let her go. No matter how far she drove, Briarroot appeared again through the trees, lights glowing patiently. Her phone had no signal. Her gas tank refilled itself. When she returned, Myralda was waiting on the porch. I was hoping you'd choose to stay willingly, Myralda said. It tastes better that way. Lena screamed. She fought. She ran. Roots burst from the soil, wrapping her legs, her arms, pulling her down gently, lovingly. You'll make a wonderful dish, Myralda whispered. You're full of longing. Time passed. A new server arrived one evening, a boy named Caleb, nervous and hungry. Lena brought him water, smiled warmly. First day? He asked. Yes, Lena said easily. From the kitchen, Myralda watched with approval as Lena turned back toward the stove, humming a tuneless melody. The same one Eli used to hum. Briarroot Kitchen is still open. And you're always welcome for dinner.